Everyone. This time I decided to do something a little bit different. I'm basically going to review these programming languages in a little tier list that I'm sure you've all seen. Only difference is I made this one myself. This will be unscripted. I'm definitely not an expert at any of these languages, but I've used them enough to at least give my opinion on most of them. So let's give it a shot. Java. Let's see. I've used Java in school. Java has that motto, write once, run anywhere, which means I can write a program on a Mac or on a PC, and it can run on anything. So write once, and then run anywhere. I would put that. I'll put that in the B tier. Then there's Python. Python is awesome, to be blunt. It's my second favorite language. And there's just a lot you can do with Python. So I'll put Python here in the A rank. You can use it with web, you can use it with automation. It's actually quite nice. And then there's R. R is a stats related programming language. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. I don't use it much. I've only used it in college in stats, but that's about all I can really say about it. VB is a pretty good language. I like it. The only real flaw is you can't really practice it online. Like websites like HackerRank or Code Wars or whatever, they don't have a VB because I don't know. I mean, it's mostly visual. I guess that's partly the why. You drag buttons and such. It's okay. I remember I had a friend who said it's puke, which is hilarious, but I had a class on it and it was actually pretty fun. I'll put it in the B tier. It's a fun language. Let's see. What else? JavaScript is one of those things that is pretty old, and it still stands the test of time. People still love to use it, and then it spawned a whole bunch of other things like JSON, and I kind of like it. I mean, I don't use it a lot, but it's pretty impressive. I mean, people still use it to this day, and it's not the oldest thing on here by far, but it's also pretty impressive that it's still so popular. So yeah, let's put that in the S tier. That's some impressive stuff. Let's see. I know there's a lot of jokes on PHP. Oh, it's PHP. It's not a real language. It sucks. PHP actually isn't that bad. There's a lot more that you could do with PHP than I thought. I took a class in PHP, and I thought it was just for contact forms and purchasing stuff, but it's actually a lot more. WordPress uses PHP for its third-party plugins. You can use PHP for automation. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever, but I'm going to put it in the B tier. I kind of like it. I was thinking maybe C tier, but there's a lot you can do with it, and it was created by one guy, I'm pretty sure. Let's go with C#. C#, first of all, I'm a Mac guy. I'm an Apple guy all the way because Apple is just fantastic. That being said, C# is my favorite language by far. You can use it with Unity for video games. You can make quick apps with WinForms or WPF. I like WinForms. I know that's older, but it is what it is. It's just so good. There's Link, which is fantastic. I mean, it's just so nice. So that's definitely an S class for me. In fact, I'm even going to switch these because C# is just so good. I use it all the time. It's just so powerful. SQL, it was on these were all programming languages on the a top 10 or top whatever list. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen a good amount that you can do with SQL. I only know basic CRUD commands, create, read, update, and delete. I know I've seen a lot more that you can do with it. It's pretty cool, but I don't really like relational databases that much. I mean, I'm just not a database guy. This is more of a on me than on anyone else. I'll put it in the C tier. There's a lot you can do with it, but I don't like it as much as I feel like I should. I'm saving C++ for last because that's hilarious. Ruby. This is one of the few this is one of two that I've never used. Ruby, I always see small indie companies advertising that you got to know Ruby. it's definitely something I want to get into. I don't really know where to put it because it's like I always see it for indie companies. Like something's something's up here. I don't know. I'll put it in the C because it seems to be pretty interesting. And then Swift, I was in a little programming competition, and my one friend wanted to use Swift, and this is Apple's programming language for those of you that don't know. And I was the only one with a Mac, so it was just a lot of updating and a lot of stuff to install before we can even use it. It was pretty annoying. It was basically the antithesis of the actual word Swift. So I'm putting it here in the D tier. It's not terrible, but not great. And then I decided to save C++ for last because C++ is universally hated by basically everyone. I mean, I can make a video on that, or I mean, there's no garbage collection. It's old as hell. You have to be a super talented person to use C++. It can be pretty tough. The basic stuff is similar. Like for loops are almost the exact same in Java and in C Sharp as to C++, but there's just a lot of stuff that's quite bad. I mean, even professionals don't like C++. It's pretty bad. I actually don't think it's the worst thing ever, but to be fair, I'm not. I was gonna put it in the F tier because I thought it'd be funny just to go with the memes, I guess. But I think I'm gonna put it in the D tier simply because I don't know any better. would be the long and short. C++ is one of those things where I feel like it's a lot worse, but I don't know how worse. I guess would be the. So nothing in the F tier, but F tier would have to be something that's so old, like I don't know. I mean, it would have to be something that's really terrible. Problem is I haven't used all of the programming languages ever, so I can't say how I feel about Perl or Fortran or the older stuff. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd say this is about right. I mean, where I stand anyways. So, yeah, just a fun little video, nothing over the top, but yeah, just my opinion on where languages stand.